Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you will receive alerts when there are new episodes. Go get it.
That's what I tell them. I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals. I go out and I go get it. How to code, that's all I know. I don't succeed, then I don't breathe. Success, what does it mean? If I conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles. Compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles. Go take care of your business. Success Chronicles. It's deeper than just winning. Success.
Hey, what's up? We are here with Dr. Josh Childs, man. Great guy doing some great things. And I just want to dive right into it. You know, off air we talked about, you know, the things that you are doing is trend setting. You know, it's some awesome things. You're connected with some great people, pouring into lots of people in an amazing way. But along that journey, we talked about growth.
Yeah.
So let's hit on growth a little bit. What are some things you got on growth?
Growth, man. Growth is so important. Being a continuous learner and just constantly feeding yourself in terms of just trying to get better mentally. If you're someone spiritually, whatever that is, getting better in that, and just constantly staying learning. So I think it's important as coaches to not only getting better when it comes to the playbook, but in terms of the life book and the education book, right? And getting better every single day, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just pouring into yourself, because when you pour into yourself, then you can pour into others, right? So I think that's super important. And then the other part around growth is just, you know, wanting, as you grow, how do you help others grow along with you, right? And you might not be growing at the same pace, and maybe not even growing at the same level, but as you're helping bring people along, making sure that they're growing along with you, and that can help teams, that can help companies. I mean, there's so much that benefits when everyone's growing together. So
I love that. That's so good. You know, the one thing you talked about, you mentioned, like I asked you to hit on growth, but then you went into talking about others. You know, so that means like there's a service piece in there.
Absolutely.
Talk to us about the importance of giving service.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you have a full life without having a mentality and a heart for service. And service looks different in a variety of ways, whether it's pouring into kids, other adults or your peers, and the relationship you have with mentors and mentees, and having that heart of service is so important when it comes to the work that we do, whether it's in coaching, whether it's in teaching, or some form of education, or giving, or whatever the case may be, that we are of service to others, folks, and folks can point to us and say, there goes that person, man, woman, who poured into someone, and that we can look to as someone who gives, right? We want to be able to give more than we receive, and whether that's monetary, whether that's by our words, our actions, our deeds, it's super important to be that person of service. And I think what we do here, whether it's at coaching school or our own individual schools or places of work or worship, when we have that mentality at heart of service, it benefits others. And when it benefits others, then we get the ultimate benefit in the end. So,
amen. Take them to church.
On Sundays, I preach every day.
Amen, brother. So, another word I want to throw out at you that's come up for me, like I think what you do, you know, my books, The Impact of Influence, I think what you do influences lots of people, right? And it influences them in such a manner that it impacts their life. What's one thing as far as influence that you can say that's important to do on a day-to-day basis to help you influence others?
Wow, that's a deep question there. I'm gonna say two things. I know you asked for one.
No, give it to him. Take him to
one
church.
is I don't think about being an influence or doing influencing. It just happens. It's just your nature, right?
I love that.
So if you are a lifelong learner, as I talked about in the first question you asked, if you have the heart and mindset of service, then the influence is just there, and that's just what you do. It's just going to happen. It's part of what you do. That's in your nature. And I think the second thing is, it's not about what you say about yourself. It's about what others say about you. And when other people are saying things about you, that shows the influence. And you can have good and bad influence. You can be a positive or negative influence. The goal is to be a positive influencer. But I think it's about what others say about you, and not by what you say, like, oh, he said or she said something amazing or great, but their actions, like what that person did, or what that person does, or how they carry or conduct themselves. And it doesn't mean that you gotta be perfect, or that you won't make mistakes, you won't mess up, but that you're able to show, and people are able to see that that path, that walk that they're doing is something I want to follow or I want to learn from, and seeing how they've conducted themselves and navigated life. So to me, I think that's, when you think about influence, I think that's what I think about it. And when I look at where we are now, I see a lot of folks who I've never met, but I know of because of their influence on, maybe not even directly to me, but on someone who I'm connected with because of what they poured into.
I love that. So as we close, I'd love for you to get an opportunity to share with the audience your social media so you can check out your movement and see the things that you're doing.
Yeah, so I'm Joshua Childs. I'm an assistant professor at the University of Texas at Austin. You can follow me on Twitter at JC43Public. Also follow, the man right here, Chip Baker. And you can Google me, find the work I've been doing, and just really honored, pleasure to be here once again with you as always. So.
Yeah, it's always a treat when the good guys get to meet. Right?
I mean the good guy.
So like, it's funny. I was thinking too, but seriously though, like, love what you do, love what you're about, Doc.
Thank you.
I'm just grateful to be here with you to share some nuggets with the audience, because I think we all got better from the experience.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you guys for checking it out. Go get it.
Go get it. Go get it.
Go get it.